Facebook is going stupid, you guys. Facebook is going stupid, guys. If you're on Facebook, go to our page and get your laugh on. The vermin are are angry, right? The Messiah is laughing, and so that's what it is, man. Getting drunk, getting tan. Um, Beaverton, Oregon. We had a good live yesterday. We've had some decent lives, man. These past little, uh, few weeks that we've been going viral on Instagram and Facebook is more active than viral. It's different. So Facebook is like, you know, more feedback, more local vermin. There's more hubbub. Uh, is the word scuttlebutt? Is that a word? Scuttlebutt, bro. So it's more hubbub, right? More theatrics, more danger, right? Because it's local, and so you got a famous guy, being famous around a bunch of trash ass American local vermin. So, but we have to do it. It is the price of fame, and it's just something we've subscribed to, but we've also been dealt that hand, and that's just what it is, man. So we'll wait for people to log in. The hair. Did, hear, her, this, 2 minutes. All right, so hopefully notifications go out. It's 6 o'clock on the East Coast, so you would think there'd be a lot of people, but maybe we got only West Coast live, but you would think Australia would be here, the UK, you would think, but out of 5,000 people, they send out like 4 notifications, bro. And so we'll deal with it. We still got to go viral at all bosts. So we're getting drunk, getting tan. PDX Jug. Okay, are you from Oregon? Okay. Hold on. Are you from Oregon? What high school did you go to? Bro, we only get an Oregon guy in the live once out of every maybe 12 times, Once out of 12 times, we'll get an Oregon guy up in the live, which actually that is a lot if you think about it, because Oregon's only one region. So maybe it is a lot, but oh, you're real Oregon then. Benson, we know a lot of guys, bro. That's a basketball school. Man. So, yeah. So, what was the first footage that you got sent, or, what third party, delivered it? Was it Reddit or 4chan or Facebook? Or Facebook's more like a second party because we use it. Third party would be like Reddit or Tumblr or other things like message boards and stuff. Oh, Instagram. Yeah, we be on that. We just got our Instagrams taken down because they just went through and deactivated like 600 to 800,000 Instagrams, and we had a bunch that got deactivated, which is fine. We were lucky to have that many in the first place, so we'll take it. But we're still going viral, and so shoot, maybe more viral because it created a vacuum on Instagram. So now we got videos getting 900,000, 3.5 million views, right? All because the vacuum made it that much more readily available. We're going and we're doing it with our backup pages. And so okay, so we got a real Oregon guy here, PDX Jug. Discord, bro, Discord, that's like a third party. Dude, what even is that? What is Discord? Everyone talks about it. But everyone talks about Discord, but it's hard to know exactly what it is. But people just say, yeah, Discord. It's like, what are fools doing on there? Talking? We all talk on Facebook, and to me, Reddit is as third party as it gets. So, Reddit's third party, you feel? And then all the other stuff, 4chan is too much, too graphic. Discord is too ambiguous and specific. And yeah, bro, we're in Beaverton right now. And so, we've been in Beaverton for a long ass time. And it's more so hey there. It's more so, how do you say, another, we always return here, if there's a word for that. We always return to Beaverton, go to the Dominican Republic, go teach English somewhere, go try to play basketball, but then we return to Beaverton every single time, if there's a word for that. But yeah, so yeah, so you went to Benson, bro. Do you remember which video was the first one that you witnessed? Because we have to replicate that process, okay? When we run into guys, like this, the way we're kind of happenstance running into each other on the internet, we got to know which video set it off, because we have to replicate it, right? Because we got to go viral every day, we have to go viral every day. It is so mandatory. It's so mandatory. So we have to go viral. So we need to know what footage, set it off, where, yeah, all that type of stuff. But if you're talking about my high school, it was Southridge in Beaverton. Southridge High School in Beaverton, Oregon. That's my alma mater. And we still go back and watch basketball games. And honestly, wish the staff was a little more welcoming, because we're going back there. We're like one of the most prolific, because we have so many prolific people that went to Southridge High School. So it's one of the most prolific people from Southridge High School ever. And we go back to watch games because we like watching high school basketball, okay? And, just wish the staff was a little more, was wild. There be brothers on the staff too. I'm like, man, you fools why are you church mice? Why are you church mice? Like, it's like something else. But okay, so it was a two-step, huh? Two-step. We're gonna have to think about which one that is. We've done so many two-steps that we're gonna have to think about which one that was. But man, maybe we could replicate our two-step. We're getting drunk and tan, 4 o'clock West Coast American Standard Time. Oregon guy in the live. And again, we said it's estimated it's 1 out of every 12 times that an Oregon guy pops into the live, which to us is sparse, but when you think about it, that's a lot, because there's so many regions on the planet, and Oregon, but yeah, man. So we get up in here, see what the live is talking about. We get a bunch of good feedback, and that's why, bro, we get so much good feedback. It's like, wish that there were, 5,000 notifications, all subscribers. Here's the thing. They could send out notifications to people that have yet to subscribe. they could send out those notifications to strangers, right? New fans and subscribers, and that would help YouTube's own platform. But instead, they, is the word, are they Jewish with their notifications, right? So, you know what, bro? Trying to think of when we've ever done that at all, ever. So we must have done something that made you think that that was what that was. Because, bruh, we perform at open mics. We perform at, obviously, shows. We open for, if they're, like Riff Raff was the last person we opened for. If you know who that is, he's famous, but... And so we perform, at shows. We throw concerts, but as far as what you're talking about, that's something different. Well, in fact, want to know what video? Was it just me in the footage, or was there other people around, or? Ooh, we're gonna have to think about that, because we gotta replicate it, man. But 11 minutes in, sometimes lives only start bracking after 49 minutes, they start bracking. Oh, man. Hey, kid, be careful. Okay. Woo. Good job, man. So we're at an outdoor drinking area where obviously the adults drink, but there's a play area for kids, so sometimes they be playing. So, yeah, maybe it was an open mic. Damn, want to know what you're talking about, bro, because we did a karaoke in, where was that? Was that? Oh, bro, was that might have been Japan that we did that. Where did we do that? Okay. Because we did get up in a, that was so long ago okay. Now you got us really thinking, because maybe it was that, but it was a long ass time ago. And it was in either Japan. That was Japan. Yeah, that's what that was. That was Japan. And so, wow. Oh my gosh, 2018. Yeah, you just made us really go back into our own archives. And that's why we go live. We go live for that very reason right there. That very reason right there. Because we get the feedback that, jogs our memory or prompts us, jogs our memory or prompts us to answer something that we may have went 10 years before answering, right? Because when would we have thought about that, right? But again, now we got to address it because we're in the live, and the feedback makes the lives brag, right? So again, thank you for that feedback. Man, we haven't thought about that in so long. That was Japan. But unless we're talking about totally separate things, we might be talking about different footage. And so we'll have to, maybe we'll find out later. But yeah, so that's what that is, man. And then, hey, 14 minutes in, still getting tan, still getting drunk. All right, high acuity. Reading in the sunlight really takes some high acuity. And then we got the horny onlookers riding their bicycle at the fucking Messiah, because why would any fucking person not be vermin when they're around the Messiah? But God fucking damn it, that's the second guy today. Is it bicycle fucking day? Is it fucking bicycle day? God fucking damn it, bro. We're out here trying to get drunk, and we got vermin riding bicycles right at us, bro, just to get a fucking look, a closer look, bro. God fucking damn it, bro. But okay. All right. Like we were saying, it takes a lot of acuity to read these comments in the sunlight because there's a slight glare. So give us a sec. We're going to use some high acuity and we have to trust our judgment. And open mic. Yeah, maybe. Wow, he says. Garrett Johnson, thank you for the shout out. And you guys, so we got John Allen here. Oh, message redacted. John Allen, why'd you redact that message? Okay, PDX Jug says, wow. Garrett Johnson with the wow eyes from Falsey 5. Okay. Again, guys, appreciate the shout out. People forget. Famous people appreciate shout outs. Okay. Famous people need to talk to people. We need to eat at restaurants. We need to honestly, let's be honest. We need validation as well, despite the fact that we're better than everyone. It's like we still need to be validated. And so appreciate that shout out, man, because people forget. They pop into live, they gawk, just like the fucking vermin rolling up in the motherfucking modern day public. Just out here, broad daylight in Beaverton, Oregon. We got the fucking vermin onlookers riding bicycles up. That's new. And it happened twice in a span of like 10 minutes. It's like, what? Did they send out a fucking memo? Johnson's in Beaverton outside getting drunk. Right up on your fucking bicycles, you fucking horse shit. Rodent fucks, local fucking vermin. God damn it. But how are two bicycles just gonna roll up in a span of 10 minutes? That is statistically impossible, bro. Unless you're famous. All right, and again, it circles back to that. We gotta eventually just say, God damn it, show our gratitude for the fucking subordinate human race that we live amongst, man. And so now let's get back to reading because there's a glare and it's hard to read. We have to trust our acuity, but this last one was redacted, and we're gonna get to it here in a second because it was in fact redacted, but. John Allen, PDX Jug, yep. Wow, I was right. Into falsify. Yep, Garrett Johnson with the heart, or the bug, or how do you say that? The wide eyes. Thank you for the shout out, man. Appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate that, bro, because first of all, there might only be between 1 and 6 people in here at a time. So appreciate the shout out. Even as a famous guy, we appreciate the damn feedback. So, Falsey. How do we say that? Falsey. Yeah. Thanks for the shout out okay, PDX Jug, thank you for the shout out again. PDX Jug, thank you for the double shout out. Ready? PDX Jug into Falsey says, PDX, oh, you guys are bullshitting now. Okay, now here's what's funny. Right when you type that, a fucking mobile wheelchair rode at us. Bro, that fucking shit just happened, bro. Promise you. Hey, hold on. You guys, right as you type that, PDX Jug. Now, first of all, PDX Jug and Falsey, you guys are BSing right now. That little back and forth you guys just had, you guys are BSing right there. But PDX Jug says, don't let him throw you off. It's funny, right as me reading that, shit you not. PDX Jug, shit you not, a mobile, how do you say it, wheelchair rode at us. We're talking within 90 inches. Right as we were reading your feedback about, letting them throw you off, a mobile wheelchair rode at us. You guys, we are on a public easement. Okay, the size of a suburban street. Okay, we are on an American public easement the size of a suburban street because it is a suburban street, but they turned it into a public easement. okay, with sidewalks and parking, right? But yet all the bicycles need to roll up quick. You know, the fucking mobile wheelchair that's motorized like a fucking rich person that's disabled rolls up, right? Just to get a look at the Messiah. And this has all happened while we've been going live, you guys. Oh my gosh. This is the Matrix, you guys. So, PDX Jug, that happened right as we read your comment. Right there, PDX Jug. Another message is redacted? Are you, why are you guys redacting your messages? Oh, and then he says tricked you. Oh, you tricked me. Oh, okay, that worked. Holy shit, bro, you really did trick me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. That's better than actually redacting, right? See, here's the thing. We're always ready, you know, when people want to troll, trolls and haters and people that taunt, and you know, obviously you're just being funny, right? You know, we'll take that over lurkers, right? Because lurkers are like, they're lurky, right? Would rather have a troll or a person that's just, you know, fucking around. Like, obviously you tricked me, you know, you got me, you know, haha, you know, you got me. That's lightweight funny, right? Message redacted. That's so funny though, because you really got me, right? And so, but we'd rather have people messing around than actually just lurking, right? The lurkers and the fucking sadists, bro, that's the worst, right? We'd rather have, you know, jokers or haters, or, you know, people just obviously this guy was messing around. So, you know, obviously, you know, you had fun at our expense, haha. That's what happens when we go live. You know, it's our choice to go live. And again, if people want to mess around, whoop-de-whoop. So he said tricked you. Yep, you did. You got me. So Falsey says, you know that man that was in your neighborhood. Which one? Which one, please? Which one, please? We need to know, because lots of men live in our neighborhood. So if we could be specific, please, with the feedback. So that is the most general question in the history of questions. You know that man in your neighborhood? What? You know how many men are in neighborhoods? Like American neighborhoods? Like what, bro? All right, let us scroll. Hold on. So, message redacted. Yep, you tricked us. Story behind the guy who was in your neighborhood looking for Rebecca. Bro, we posted it. PDX Jug. We posted the full thing. Hold on, man. Are you guys still trolling? We posted it's raw HD footage. You guys, are you still trolling? We posted the bro, the video is like 4 minutes long. Like, what? It's a 4-minute video, all HD, with the audio was good too. It was good audio. There's audio, like the audio was HD, the video was HD. It's 4 minutes long. You guys are acting like it's a 15-second snippet. It's 4 minutes long. What more do you need? HD audio, HD video, 4 minutes long. Like, what more do you need? You guys are so you guys, this must be troll day. You guys came here to troll. Okay, now I'm obviously not mad at you, right? Because we need the live to brag, so we'll take the trolls. But we only realize that you're trolling retroactively, right? Initially, we assume people are being deliberate, you know, all their little feedback is sincere initially. We have to assume that in order to even have discourse. We have to assume that, and so that's okay. There it goes. Yeah. So yeah, we have to assume people are being sincere when we go live, when we talk to, you know, either fans or subscribers or even basic day-to-day humans. We have to assume that they're being sincere, right? And for that matter, haters, right? Because we have to. That has to do with our integrity, right? We have to be unilateral with our treatment of humans. And now, obviously, we're human too. So every human has their slip ups, but um, yeah, it took us, bro. We were halfway through the live before we realized you guys were fucking around, right? Like, but again, we still appreciate all subscribers. We still appreciate all feedback, but damn. Okay, all right. Let's get back to the feedback. Um, that is something else. Getting tan, getting drunk, going live. 4:18 West Coast American Standard Time. We better be tan and drunk by the end of this. God damn it, bro. This is a fucking. It's like we're in the amidst the melee, and so yeah, here we go. Let's go with what's the story? In the neighborhood looking for Rebecca. Oh yeah. Oh, so you only saw 2.5 minutes of the 4 minutes, PDX Jug? So PDX Jug, you only saw 2.5 of the 4 total minutes. Oh my gosh, you must have missed out on a lot of damn shit. That's funny. So people are saying, wait, PDX Jug, 2 parts, yep. So you saw 2.5 of the 4 minutes, okay? And Falsify says that people are saying there's more to the story though. Well, there's 400 years of American history. Do you need a... You said you went to Benson? Oh, Falsify. Falsy. First of all, his name is Falsify, and he's trolling, okay? So his name is Falsify, and he's trolling. So, but let's keep moving forward. Falsify, are you American by chance? The other guy, PDX, he's from Oregon, okay? So he really knows. So he's really trolling because he's from Oregon. So that means he really knows. That means he's really trolling. Now, Falsify, are you American? Because we need to get a gauge on how hard you're trolling. And his name is already Falsified. So the fact that he's trolling is a little bit okay. And again, we're fine with it because, hey, we chose to start the live. We chose to start this live. And so we have to obviously accept all subscribers. And it just so happened to be a trolley live today. So, see, we thought PDX Jug was coming in sincere. You know, went to Benson from Oregon, whoop-de-whoop. Should have known when he said homie though. Because who even says that anymore? Like, who says that word unless you're trolling? Like, do you really use the word homie, right? So we should have known, but again, we want to be optimistic because we appreciate our subscribers. And so, only saw 2 parts. People are saying there's more to the story though. Where are they saying that at? Falsify? Where are they saying that at? More to the story though. Okay, so, all right, Falsy, you said, see, now we know he's trolling. So the guy that's playing offense, and you accuse the guy of playing offense of being defensive. You understand we're playing offense right now? We are the offense. Okay? So for you to accuse the offense of being defensive and your name is falsified. I mean, it's pretty, the verdict is in. You're obviously trolling. And are you a white male? Let's be honest. Are you a white male? Are you white? Because you are predictable at this point. At this point, you're pretty predictable. So, and again, that's fine though. Are you American and are you white? Because that accusation is straight from the script. That accusation right there is from the Germanic script. Okay? You guys pull that, assuming you're white and American, which let's be honest, you probably are. You guys pull that accusation out like straight from your genome, right? You guys have that sourced at like on a fucking biblical level, right? Like, so now at this point it's predictable. But let me get my laugh on more from a guy named Falsify, who says that the guy playing offense is actually playing defense. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so are you being attacked? What has got you feeling so threatened through the internet? So, Falsify, what has got you feeling so threatened by the American Messiah? Answer that one real quick. So, oh, you're from Beaverton. What high school did you go to? What high school did you go to if you're from Beaverton? Wow. Okay. Wow. Huh. Why do you feel threatened right now by the Phoenix? Like, why do you feel threatened? What part of your guys' genome / biology is so thoroughly intimidated by a guy talking, by a guy existing? You understand that that's the reason for our fame? You understand that that's the reason that your family member rolled up to us in Rebecca's neighborhood? Do you understand that's the reason he rolled up? Is the same behavior. Let's be honest, you're probably a white male from the United States. So you have a certain set of DNA, right? That same DNA is inside of the guy that rolled up to us in Rebecca's neighborhood and asked us questions, okay? So what's going on inside of him is also in you, and you're demonstrating it now. You're illustrating it live. Now we have to save the live. We normally get rid of lives because it's like, who cares? But now, if we're gonna dismantle somebody so thoroughly who is obviously trolling, we're gonna have to save the live now. And now you're gonna be dismantled as long as YouTube exists. Okay? Instead of coming in and being sincere, we trust people to be sincere and deliberate. Are you related to the guy that rolled up on us in Rebecca's neighborhood? Like, honestly, are you related to him? So, and why do you feel attacked? Why are you threatened by the one famous guy from Beaverton? And you're from Beaverton too. We should be relating. So, unless you're lying, which is a possibility, right? So, PDX Jug says, around the town, well, yeah, obviously you're talking to a half white guy. Yeah, you're talking to a half white guy. That's obvious though. Like, that's really obvious. You're talking to a half white guy. You're Dominican, okay? Are you a white Dominican? Are you white Dominican or are you brown? Oh, Aloha. Okay, okay. And then you misspelled jackass. You misspelled jackass, man. So, are you a white Dominican? Or are you a brown-skinned Dominican? So, all right, PDX turn. PDX jug, this took a turn. Be more specific. PDX jug, please be more specific. And we're gonna look to see if you typed the word homie. Because if you typed a different word, we'll apologize. So give us a sec. So yeah. Okay, PDX jug. You have to scroll up to the first. It was the first comment in the whole live. So scroll back, scroll up, and then you'll see it, right? So, and again, we obviously we want to stay optimistic, but be more specific when you say took a turn. Like when you say took a turn, like what type of a turn? And then while you're typing out your explanation, also scroll up to the first thing you typed in the live. Just scroll up real quick and read it. But we should have known then, right? So yeah. Bro, we've met a lot of people from Portland, man. Who even uses the word homie? We have met people from Portland since 1998. Who uses that word, man? That is and that's when the trolling started, and that's fine. We're happy to have you guys here, because honestly, the other subscribers are probably getting their laugh on right now, just by hearing the Messiah respond to some local fans, or what do you guys call yourselves? Fans or trolls or what? Now he went to Aloha, the guy. So the guy went to Aloha. Again, that's right next to our high school, right? That's a 7-minute drive from our high school. So, bro, nobody says that word. Nobody says that word. You know what you were doing. And again, we would have let it slide, right? But now that we can, reference what's been happening in the live, it's obvious that, and again, get your little laugh on, man. Get your laugh on. So, that's what happens when you go live, right? In fact, it gets way worse than that, bro. It gets a lot worse than that. So, bro, he typed jackass for the 3rd time. He typed jackass for the 3rd time. Bro, is English your first language? You have got to be joking, bro. He typed the word 3 separate times. Okay. So, are you gonna say what you meant by took a turn? See, what's wild, this is how locals operate with the American Messiah. But again, that's what made us international, is the fact that locals act. Oh, so you admit that you turned negative? You admit that you went negative. All right, well, at least you're admitting it. You and Falsey, at least you admit it. Okay, so and that's a step in the right direction. So, yeah, trolling might be fun, the first couple times, like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Right? But then after the fourth ha, ha, it's like, oh, are you serious, bro? So, negativity. Well, hey, you're a lot. That's how locals are. So if you go to Facebook, obviously you look at our Facebook, all the local vermin displaying much worse behavior than this that you guys are witnessing right now in the feedback. He said keep his name out. Gladly, bro, gladly. We were acknowledging you as a favor. So yeah, we will gladly do that. We were trying to. We will respect that request gladly. We were acknowledging you as a favor because you subscribe, and obviously all our fans are important to us because famous people need fans, and famous people need fans, man. And that's the role that you guys fill. But if you would like us to forego the acknowledgement, that is the easiest request to fulfill fucking ever. So thank you for asking that. Bro, people need to think before they type, you guys. People gotta think before they type, especially locals. But for all you people, there's 6 people here, you've just witnessed how locals are when someone's famous in Oregon. You've just witnessed it. Like, it's been illustrated and demonstrated and transcribed live. And should we thank these guys? Right? Because normally it's only on Facebook and Instagram. Very rarely does it happen on YouTube, because YouTube is more of an international type thing. It's more international. So YouTube is so international that it's like rarely do we get the local guys in here trying to pop it, and then accusing. They're like, oh my gosh, ooh, threaten, ooh, big famous Messiah, the American Phoenix is threatening us, right? Like, then they start acting like a bitch, right? And it's like, come on, man. Like, you came in here trying to pop it, bro. Stay what you are. Stay a troll if you're gonna troll. Stay that way. Instead of turning like a little, like, oh, your defense, you're threatening me. Well, but the price of fame is steep, man, especially locally, bro. Your fucking people locally are fucking the most hideous people you will ever meet, bro. The most hideous people you will ever meet are the people within a 19-mile radius of you. It is that bad. So, yeah, but we'll take it. Obviously, yeah, we're willing to pay the price of fame, and have been for over a decade now. So, but yeah, wish some other people would type so that we could respond to something. We're gonna go ahead and move forward with this guy's request, bro. He asked us to stop acknowledging him, bro, and that is like we are. You understand how happy we are to do that? Like, oh man, why are locals like this? You guys, if you're from outside of Oregon, read the feedback, and you'll just see exactly what Oregon is. It's just like, and this is what we live amongst. You know, this is what we live amongst. But yeah, so all right, 45-minute live. You know, lives are still fun despite the trolls, right? Like, in fact, trolls might even make it funner, right? We're fine dismantling people. We're fine to do that, you know, but they might make it a little funner. So, but that's how locals act. People from Gresham, Vancouver, Salem, Beaverton, that's just how they act, man. It's just this insidious passive aggression. And then they accuse you, right? The same way this guy did, accused Pimpin of whatever he did. He said, "You're being so such and such." Like, it's like, what, bro? Are you complaining about what you did? You're complaining about your own behavior, right? You're complaining about us answering your questions. So, yeah. So this turned into a local live. So if he's telling the truth, we got a Beaverton guy, and then the first guy, even though the first guy was trolling, he's probably still telling the truth. He was from Portland. You could tell he was telling the truth. But the second guy, he might have been lying. So, he said he was Dominican. Bro, we've met Dominicans. They act way different than that. They're like way less insidious than that. So, we've met Dominicans, man. You guys. So, all right. There's still 5 people here. We'll wait another couple minutes and see if the feedback gets going. We might have to go live later so that it can turn international instead of local, because we got into a local live. You know, that's what we got Facebook for. We got Facebook so that all the local rodents can try to pop it, and you know, they end up promoting us on the back end. But that's why we have Facebook, is for all the locals to do their little bullshit, right? Their little stalker fandom obsession over the Messiah. And so, yeah. But yeah, speaking of that, we are going to go check Facebook. And then we'll probably go live again. But, all right, guys, 30 more seconds, and then we're going to get going. The feedback makes the lives brag. Otherwise, we're just monologuing. You know, we came out here to get drunk, came out here to get tan, go live. Obviously, the local vermin run up, and, you know, looks like we got some locals in the chat today in the live on YouTube. So, all right, 10, 9, 8, 7,